My name is Darren Joseph, and welcome to Tax, of the firm where we seek to demystify this somewhat confusing world of international tax and compliance. Today, we're going to do it a bit differently. Rather than just talk tax, we have the opportunity and the privilege to have a conversation with Mick, a friend. He's not a client, a friend who does live that international lifestyle. Mick, do you want to say a few words, introduce yourself to those who may be listening or watching?
Well, thank you. I don't think it's a privilege you having me. I think it's the other way around. But I'm flattered, so thank you very much. So I'm Mick Newman. I know this gentleman for, I think, the better part of 25 years, and we've been on a hell of a journey together. I live a sort of semi-nomadic lifestyle, I believe, in the sense that I split my time evenly between the Caribbean and the UK. Sort of every 5 to 6 weeks, I'm back and forth. And this presents some interesting, revelations about lifestyle and the realities of doing business and having multi-jurisdictional clients, which is something that Darren has lived for the past, I believe, 15 to 20 years. And I've been sort of living it, but it's been more amplified since post-COVID.
Mick is, let me put it this way, he's an Oxford-educated entrepreneur, international consultant. Of course, I don't want to get into specifics of what you do because, of course, your clients are quite confidential. But I think that creates context as to who you are and the breadth of experience and competence you bring to a conversation and a consideration like this. What are the upsides of having homes in multiple jurisdictions?
Good question. Well, I think I'll break it up into professional and personal, right? The two sort of key aspects of life. From a professional perspective, it obviously broadens the net, really, in terms of the clients and the work activity sets that you can obtain, right? So it does give you that truly international client base or business base that you can work as an entrepreneur, but also as a professional. Right. Even if you were an executive and you had the ability to move between two homes and two key regions. And I think that's a bit that you have to really nail. And that is the fact that the locations that you choose to have two homes must have a very clear benefit. Right. And there must be a clear rationale for doing it. So from a professional perspective, it works for me because I have clients in CARICOM in both Trinidad and Jamaica, as well as in the UK. So it works well. From a personal perspective, it's wonderful in the sense that, you can build and nurture relationships with people, friends, associates, business partners. The networking is incredible if you do it well. And I mean, I'm speaking to the king of networking sitting virtually in front of me. But it does enable you to build and nurture some truly sustainable partnerships, right? From both a personal and professional perspective.
You've mentioned, okay, so professionally definitely works because it opens yourself up to a wider range of clients, because most people look at the clients in their neighborhood, in their city, but you saying, hey, now I can have relationships and I can service clients even face to face if needs be. It's not just virtual, but face to face in distinct jurisdictions because I spend time there. You wanted to add to that, or you want to talk about the personal side?
Well, there was one more thing to add, and this was largely, I suppose, amplified by COVID, right? And the whole change in health management. If you have the ability to move seamlessly between an industrialized OECD nations and an emerging market, your access to healthcare and lifestyle choices, right, is also greatly amplified. So that's the reason I had to add that on. Is because for me, I had to ring fence it and focus on it, because that is a key part, I think, especially for people who reach a certain age. I'm heading to 50 now, so my the medical needs that I have changed to when I was in my 20s and 30s.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair choice, because often you would hear that's a big challenge when you move from a more developed infrastructure, more developed jurisdiction to an emerging market, that you have to give up certain things, and one of them is the access to first class healthcare. But if it is that you're able to spend time in both, you get the best of both worlds. So
yes, absolutely. And then to add to that, there is also the mental health bit, right? If you are, for example, in a place like the Caribbean where there is just more sunshine, and they're far more. I think people are just friendlier, so the ability to surround yourself with people and build relationships with people is a lot easier in a place like the Caribbean or Latin America versus a place like the UK and Western Europe, right? So that also supports this whole mental health challenge that many people are facing, because you are seeing rising cases of isolation and mental health disorders post-COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking that typically speaking, if you're working in a city like London, like yourself, or New York, or any one of those cities that are known for being, quite aggressive, it's just go, 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 get stuff done, deadlines, everything is pretty quick. To be able to spend time in jurisdictions that are, well, I don't want to use the word slower, but more, more relaxed, more laid back, then that create a quality of life balance. So that's a fair point as well.
Absolutely. It is a release valve, I think, for the pressures that build up in very highly competitive, globalized environments.
Okay, great.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.